Hello and welcome to this new episode of Encounter. And today we have as our guest Swami Bhaktivedanta Muni Maharaj. Thank you for being here with us in this new episode of Encounter. So today we are going to talk about the ideal civilization. First of all, we would like to know your concept of civilization.
Yes. Civilization, the way of living, the art of living, how we should live so that there will be peace and harmony within us. So in my understanding, that is civilization.
Peace and harmony.
Yeah, should be the main goal.
Oh, yes, this is the main goal. But today we are living in a world where you see there are many conflicts, wars going on, and in some places people are dying, suffering, no peace at all.
Yeah.
How do we reach there?
Because the modern civilization which we see now, it is not ideal civilization. I think they have lost the goal or the lack of understanding what is civilization. That's why it is very, very necessary for us to know what is real civilization, what is ideal civilization. Then we can lead our life like that. We can structure our society like that.
Yeah, so you gave the explanation about the ideal, civilization where people live with a goal to achieve peace and harmony and live together. But conflicts do arise. People do not agree with them. We've seen that in the past. The biggest example is the Mahabharata, where, brothers, cousins, they fight. So what causes all that?
When there will be the goal is not to attain some spiritual benefits. When our goal is to attain some material benefits, like we need property, money, sense enjoyment is the goal, then these conflicts will happen. When our goal will be to self-realization or to ultimate salvation in our life, that will be how we'll be free from the anxiety of the life, how we'll be free from the cycle of birth and death. When our goal is this, then naturally we'll all follow the spiritual path and will follow the religious principles.
Swamiji, we all know that we are born in this world and someday we'll leave it. But some people behave that they live eternally. Every time you want to grab more money, more power, more this and that. And what is lacking in people realizing that someday we're going to live peacefully? What is lacking to make people understand that?
Because they think that they are this body. So they are busy after fulfilling the immediate requirements or the bodily pleasure. But actually we are not this body. The body is temporary. And we are spirit soul. So if our goal should be based on our living will be based on spiritual principles, then naturally we will be in disciplined life.
Okay.
We will be in peace and harmony.
So what are the principles of an ideal civilization?
The principles are, we get the inspiration from the teachings of Supreme Lord Krishna himself, or Lord Ram, from Ramayana and from Bhagavad Gita. We get those principles of religious principles. So this is meant for the human life. So if you adopt those principles in our life, then we'll be really happy in our life.
Now we see, we were talking about the civilization. People believe that the more modern you get, this is civilization. And nowadays, technology is there to facilitate a lot of people's lives. More machines, more sophisticated communications. Artificial intelligence is coming. Everyone is using that. Is that part, or should we adopt that, or should we reject it?
Very good question. We should not reject that. These are advancement. We see these are technologies are very good, but we should use these technologies for our ultimate benefit. But we should not forget our goal. We should not think that permanently we live. So we should adopt these technologies, but same time we should follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita. That we are spirit soul, one day we'll die. So we should try to cultivate spiritual knowledge, and the way of living should be based on the principles given by Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, what are those principles, Swamiji?
Like we see in society, there is 4 orders. Like we see that one is a student life, brahmachari life, one is marriage life, one retired life, and renounced life. So these like four brahmachari, grihastha, banapast, sannyas. This is four types of religion, like life, standard of life. So when we are brahmachari, we should follow properly the principles and we should be educated by proper guru, and like Gurukul life in previous ancient times. So those who are realized souls, those who are really advanced in spiritual knowledge, we take education. So the rest of life we can lead properly ourselves and we will not be in ignorance, accumulate wealth, money and like that, and we end up by suddenly will die. Similarly, marriage life, it should not be like cats and dogs. Like just any time, just to have sex and enjoy the material life, get sensual pleasure. That should not be the goal of marriage life. Marriage life should be based on the disciplined life. We should be properly control our senses so that we can beget proper children. The progeny should be pure, so that those will be our children. They will lead the society. They will have all the good qualities, godly qualities. If we'll just beget children like this without controlling our senses, without following religious principles, that those children will be born. There will be unwanted population, unwanted progeny. So those will be very, very harmful for the society. So like this. And retired life. The marriage life is not forever. You should certain time of life, then you should be retired from your family life and you should cultivate your life with spiritual principles like more meditate or chanting, will be some self-realization, no more in sense enjoyment. So that is like a retired life and renounced life. So when you are like this, following the proper stage of life, you are following certain way of living, then naturally it will be balanced. It will not be a chaotic or disturbed society.
Yes.
Because nowadays nobody is following all these principles. So they just do as they like. So that's why we see the disturbance in the society.
Yes, so Swamiji, you have said it. It seems very simple, but how to get people to know it? I mean, we're born children, we go to school, and these are not taught in schools. We have programs like this. Okay, this is Mauritius. I mean, how to get people know it and then follow those principles?
I think we should adopt Bhagavad Gita with our education in our syllabus. Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana. Because our education, whatever we are studying in school, but what our superiors teaching us or other guardians, they are not educated. They are educated in mathematics, geography, physics, chemistry, and all these technologies. But these are not enough. I'm not telling that they're totally zero. They're not enough to build somebody's character.
Yes.
There's not enough to guide of somebody that somebody will not become a thief, will become a saintly person, will somebody become truthful, somebody will become self-controlled, somebody can control his senses and mind. So we cannot build a gentleman, we cannot build a sober man by this type of guidance.
Yeah.
So we should know that everybody's responsibility. They should be educated properly with religious principles and the teachings of Bhagavad Gita adopt in their life. They can guide others so that the society will gradually become purified and will become an ideal society.
At first, very first, you spoke about peace and harmony. This is very ideal. We all want that. But we know we're not living in this kind of world. We're surrounded with people who have different beliefs, different philosophies. Some people have some purpose. They want to be professionals or they want to be successful business people. But we see also some people don't have any purpose, don't have any sense. They're just living like this. Okay, we wake up in the morning, we go to school or work, we go to work, we get our money, we go, just living what is around us. Is there like an intoxication in this world where people don't see themselves, they can't raise above what they're living?
According to Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is saying, this whole world, they are following for sense gratification. Their goal is towards sense gratification, only to enjoy the senses, to meet the requirements of the sense gratification. They have not a higher goal. That's why they are busy in hankering and lamentation. So hankering means they are always hankering for sense gratification. They always need more. So if you put oil or ghee in the fire, it will never extinguish. So your senses will be never peaceful, never be satisfied. You always will ask more and more and more. If somebody has one car, need two cars, more property, more money. So this is the unsatisfied condition. The whole life goes through like this. This is called hankering always. And lamentation. Always if anything we lose, we don't have, we lament for that. So our life is busy in hankering and lamentation. It's not a peaceful life. If we believe in karma, this Krishna is speaking law of karma. Whatever you have, be satisfied. Whatever you have done from past life, you just get those fruits, be satisfied with it, manage with it, and you fix your goal that how you can make the human birth successful, not these material requirements. Your spirit soul, now your human birth. In human birth, you cultivate your human birth properly, so in spiritual principles, so that after this, you will no more enter again this birth, death, old age, disease cycle. So then you will have a peaceful goal and you will never have any disturbance in your life.
Right. Do you think that spiritual leaders and people who are engaged in religious activities, they should be more focused on those matters, those principles that you've said, rather than just, we do pujas, we do mantras, we do prayers, but also teaching people when you come to the temples or the places?
Yes, spiritual leaders, those who are gurus or spiritual leaders, it is their responsibility to preach. But I think it is not enough because they are in the temple or in their ashrams.
Yes.
But our guardian, like
Parents.
father, parents, mother, the social, the teachers, professors, all should be educated in spiritual life so that they can properly guide everyone else. Otherwise, people will think that this is my material life, this is my spiritual. They can reject. If every whole society, our family members, your superiors, your neighbors, they live their life in a spiritual life. So it will be ideal and everybody will be protected.
Swamiji, my last question. Do you think someday we will have this ideal civilization you just spoke about?
It's possible. Like you see, the Lord Ram, at the time of Lord Ram, it was Ram Rajya. The whole world was called Ram Rajya. This is the kingdom of Lord Ram. If our leaders, like our president of the country, or the leaders, they're all following them, like Lord Ram, personality like Lord Ram. If everyone will follow Lord Krishna, Lord Ram, and certainly one day our society will be like that, very peaceful and harmonious society.
We hope for that. Swami Bhaktivedanta Muni Maharaj, so thank you very much for this first part of this program, and we will see you next time in a new episode of Encounter. So dear viewers, do not miss the second part of this interview. Thank you very much. See you next time.